Pop Squat, coming at ya. Hey everybody, we're going to listen to something from Deafheaven. Did I misread this earlier? I did. Sorry, the note I had, I thought it was Deafheaven, and I just missed the extra the extra E. So, Deafheaven, and we're going to listen to a song called Dream House. This was sent in by Ivan. Before we get to that, I want to mention once again, Babytron is coming to Seattle, coming to New Mose on July 6th. Tickets are $27 to $30. Go check out the show if you're interested. He does some awesome stuff. A couple other things. I posted another video earlier today. It was an album reaction to the Scarface Cedo EP by Slime Cedo. So if you like that music, go check that out. I also posted a new What I'm Listening to today, the 31st. It's in the playlist section, and it's another 12 tracks of things that have just kind of come up in random off of my playlist that I created on my iPhone from the stuff that I listen to here on the channel. And this is pretty much the only stuff I listen to now as I'm driving around, unless, my girlfriend's daughter's in the car and then we listen to the radio, because some of this is not so appropriate for a 10-year-old. There you go. I also posted a playlist yesterday. I'll put a link down below. It's stuff I was listening to in like 1984, a mixtape that I found right here, an actual tape. Look at that, BASF. I don't know if they even make BASF ads anymore, but they were classic back in the day. We don't make things, we make things better. I'm pretty sure that was BASF. Anyway, Ivan, you sent this in, and Ivan wrote me a note and said, "Hey, I saw you have a war reaction, and you seem to be down to listen to more shoegaze." Sure, I'm down to listen to anything. You should check out Dream House by Deafheaven. One of the guitarists from Deafheaven formed Whir after leaving Deafheaven. I don't know why I keep saying Deafheaven. And it's way more black metal and shoegaze, called Black Gaze. It's a longer song, but lots of different parts. So I am very curious about this. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of shoegaze. I think it's interesting. I'm also not a huge fan of black metal, but I love when people take a couple of different styles of music that they're interested in and jam them together and see if they can come up with something cool and new and different. I mean, that's the only way innovation happens, right? Create something new out of what's already there and put your own spin on it. So awesome stuff. 9 minutes and 14 seconds. Here is Deafheaven with Dream House. And like Ivan said, the guitarist from Deafheaven went on to form Whir. So if you like Whir and you haven't heard of Deafheaven, let's give a listen and see. Dream House, 9 minutes 14 seconds. Let's do it. And I do have lyrics to this. Let me see if there's any notes over here. There are. Let me bring this over. Track 1 on Sunbather, which is an album from 2013, fairly old, 10 years in fact, John. There's 8 tracks on here. The credits, let's see, expand this, list the tags here as rock, atmospheric, black metal, metal, black gaze, and post-metal. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I have the video that they're showing there. Let's see. On Dreamhouse, the conversation is really a conversation I had with this girl I was totally in love with. I was hammered one night and was texting her like, "How are you?" She's like, "I'm dying." And I was like, "Is it blissful?" She said, "Like a dream." And I said, "I want the dream." It sounded nice at the time, so I wrote the text conversation down. And 2 years later, when I was working on that song, I thought it fit because it sums up the contrast between the big, beautiful ending of this big, tragic ending and this big, tragic ending. Oh, that's interesting. Who produced? When did it? Who wrote? Let's see, the opening track of Deafheaven's 2013 album Sunbather, a grandiose prologue to an album that blends post-rock, black metal, and shoegaze influences. Yeah, there's no way this is not going to be super cool. Produced by Jack Shirley. Let's go. From 2013. I've got lyrics. I guess I will probably bring them over. Oh, that's the next song we're going to listen to. So, again, Dream House from Deafheaven. Good guitar. One drawback to this type of music, I have no idea if they've actually started the lyrics. Because I forgot this about shoegaze. The lyrics, the vocals, are so kind of subsumed into the music itself. It doesn't stand out like I would like it to. Like I'm a lyric guy. I like to hear the person sing, but I totally understand the whole like having the song kind of, or having the vocals become texture in the song. This is a really weird style of music in that it's texture, but the way this is recorded, the screaming makes it so that you know something is being said, but you cannot understand it, in addition to the music and the vocals kind of being recorded or being processed at the same level, so they don't stand out from one another, and the music kind of envelops the lyrics themselves, and it's an interesting effect. But I'm a lyric guy, so I like to hear lyrics. But I have no idea if we've started the lyrics, and it tells me the lyrics don't matter. I think not really. There are lyrics. They've provided lyrics. I can read the lyrics, but this is so much about the feel, and I could see, for people who like this, I mean, I could even see being at a club and hearing this, and I'd be like, whew, this is something else. But I'd be sitting there kind of attempting to tap my toe and just like kind of enjoying the power of this. It just feels like something that you could sit there and listen to, even if you weren't like, oh man, this is the coolest thing ever. It's a very good kind of cathartic music to just get shit out of your system, and I think it's okay. I mean, we're only 1 minute and 49 seconds in, but I'm not hating it at all, and I'm not a huge metal fan, so let's keep going. Good music. Interesting time signature to this. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's not a simple 4/4. It's pretty cool. That's what this reminds me of. What this feels like to me. This has the energy of a jam session, of people sitting around just playing and getting into their music, and rock music, right? Not like blues or jazz or whatever. This reminds me of the people who are huge fans of rock music in their garage, just like going crazy, right? Like the old fantasy of like having your garage rock band kind of thing, right? And you got your drummer, you got your guitarist, you got your bassist, you got the keyboards, whatever, you got second guitarist, whatever you have, and you're all just going like, that's what this energy is. That's what this reminds me of, and it's really kind of cool because of that. So I really actually like that idea for this, and because of that, it feels very familiar, which is weird because I've never listened to music like this before, and I like it. I assume this is the second part, the instrumental. Nice break. that guitar kind of comes in. Don't really expect that little touch of musicality there in the middle of this. That's interesting that people seem to back up to this part. That's kind of cool. Yeah, this is really interesting. I don't know how he does that with his voice. I mean, he's gonna kill his voice. There's no way he doesn't kill it. He probably has already. It's kind of cool. Like I said, not my music. It's really not my music, but it's very, very cool. It just, the fact that they could take that garage band feel, that jamming feel, like get everybody together and just rock, right? And formalize that into this and have it be a full song with everything planned out, and they've got the lyrics and they've got everything set to go, and yet it still has that energy of them just like going crazy in the garage, right? It's very, very cool. Pretty cool. I stopped right at the end there as the ding was going on, but it's also really interesting that towards the end there you could hear those little bits of the guitar that I mentioned when I had paused the previous time, and then there's also like some of this drum rhythm that starts. Where is it? This. Like there's these little bits of the musicality of the members kind of that pokes through at certain parts, and it's really here at the end where we get that most significantly. Yeah, it's interesting. I can absolutely see how some people get into this because it has an undeniable energy to it, and it's kind of fun too because I can see how this could grow out of punk and metal and rock, obviously, and it's kind of crazy how artsy it is, even with all of those like really what I would normally think of as like very down to earth, like very very tough, no nonsense kind of origins of the music, but it's definitely got its perspective on things. Lyrics aren't important, but the words are, or maybe the words aren't important, but the lyrics are, and the energy. It's all about the energy. Very cool. It's very cool. It would be hard to listen to. Well, maybe not. I'm just thinking like for an hour, it's such a wall of noise that it would get to you after a while. But that 9 minutes went by super fast, in my opinion. and I did not expect that. So, cool stuff. Once again, thanks to Ivan for this. Really very cool. Really very cool. I think I'd rather listen to shoegaze as opposed to black gaze, right? Black gaze? I don't know. I don't see that. Oh, it's over here. Black gaze. I say that. It sounds like black gaze. Like, yeah, okay, that's good. I'll just shut up. Cool stuff. Ivan, thank you. Pop Squad. Check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Information down here to become a patron or send me some money with some song suggestions, all that sort of information. There's a link to the playlist from 1984 for that tape down below, and then go to the other playlists that I have on the channel, and you can listen to music that I listen to when I'm driving around in the car. Have a good night. I'll be back with a couple more tracks. Bye bye.